Do you also feel we are running out of time? This week's Ozone by Vinita Dawra Nangia in Time's Life talks about how we can make the most of time. It is in continuation with her last week's column about is time flying too fast. So Vinita, I would like to ask you, in the column you have mentioned that we should ensure there's time for everything and also time for nothing. Would you like to tell us more about it?
Yeah, sure. Um, I really feel that the time that we spend doing things that we really love doing is time well spent. So often I think about this, thinking that towards the end of life, if someone were to ask me, what did you achieve in life? I worry a lot about what I would say. And then I come to the conclusion that if I have lived life well and done all the things that I really wanted to do and felt good about being able to help some other people too, I will feel that I have lived a good life and spent the time well.
Also, I'm really curious, why do we sometimes feel that time is really flying by?
Yeah, we do feel that, don't we? Often I think about this when I'm going home from office in the car. It takes me about an hour and a little more than that. And sometimes it feels that I've just kind of flown home and just reached in a jiffy. I didn't even realize how time passed. And at other times I'm sitting there frustrated and stressed out and cursing the traffic and feeling so bad and sorry for myself sitting in there. And I realize it is mostly to do with my mood at that time, how I'm engaging my mind, and how I'm generally feeling about life. So if I'm listening to good music or I'm reading a good book, I just don't know how the time went by. The traffic doesn't bother me, not at all. But if I am not doing anything and just sitting and waiting to get home, that's the time I feel that time is hanging heavy on my hands. So I really feel that what you do with the time that you have in hand is responsible for how time makes you feel and how you feel about time.
Also, gadgets were invented to help us save time, but now I think it's working in the opposite direction. So tell us something about it. You have even mentioned about it in the column.
Yes, earlier when you used to go back home, the evenings used to stretch out in front of you, and today you feel you don't have time for anything. It's because of the numerous things to do, and for a lot of it gadgets are responsible, because we surround ourselves with television, music systems, our laptops and tablets and cell phones. So you're watching a movie on Netflix maybe and WhatsApping at the same time, and you've got your laptop open next to you, and you've got those pile of books at your bedside table which you want to read. So obviously the mind is all the time thinking that I don't have enough time, and so you're in an agitated frame of mind trying to do everything all together. So I feel that if you are able to plan and balance your life and your time, you would be able to lead a much better life.
Which brings me to your column wherein you have mentioned this, that time, balance and planning is key to a healthy relationship with time. So tell us more about it. How can we make the most of time?
We cannot really do anything much about the passage of time. It passes in the same at the same pace for everyone. It's just the way we relate with time. So I think, like I said, if you have a sense of balance and you plan your days and you plan your life in a way, you are able to have a much healthier relationship with time. So if I know that there are these 3 to 4 things that I must do on a daily basis, and this is how I would like to spend the rest of my days, by making sure at least these 2-3 things are done every day, I would plan my day in such a manner that I'll give an hour to point A, an hour to point B, maybe an hour in the evening or half an hour in the evening to C, and make sure that I do tea before I go to sleep. So that is time well spent for me, because I've planned it out and done all the things I wanted to do, and everything else that happens is like a bonus. But having said that, I would also say that one should not put off things for too long. I want to write a book, so I should not say I'll write the book only when my children are settled, when I've retired from my job, and when I've got enough time, because that time never comes. So you have to make the most of time right now. So whatever you plan to do, you do right now, because that's the best time to do anything. Then there are lots of time leeches, people around you who try to feed on your time. They have their own time and they want to feed on your time. And I would say 50% of the time when we are doing things which we don't really want to do, we are doing because we are too nice to be able to say no. So we have to learn to be able to say no to things that we don't want to do. On the other hand, things that you really enjoy doing, even if the rest of the world thinks that they are a waste of time, I don't think that's a waste of time at all. So if I enjoy doing nothing, I think I should be happy doing nothing, and I should be allowed to do nothing. If I enjoy reading, I should be allowed to read, because that is time well spent. So I think that if we balance it all out and plan our lives in such a manner, we will not feel that we don't have enough time to enjoy a good life.
Great. Thank you so much, Vinita. We look forward to your next week's column.
Thank you.